Hello, welcome to week. What week is it? Why is it this week now? What took so long? I had to buy stuff. And that's why this coffee fueled rant is going on about that. I spent years in purchasing and logistics and shipping. So when I went to purchase all these products, I went for the best value from each retailer. Finding the best price. All right. Finding the best value. Which should be the quickest? And what did I find? Well, 3 retailers all purchased online on the same day. One was a retailer that has a physical store in town. So when I made that purchase, I received an email that was ready for me to pick up the same day. When I picked it up, happily seeing a schematic is inside. That's good. Now we know how to wire it. The next to arrive from a retailer that used to sell only books and has branched out. I received this. It's very well made. It has simple instructions. Fortunately, I can't read how to do that. No schematic, but installation is easy. Attach one wire to the hot terminal on the output jack, then attach the other wire to the ground. Boom, done. Simple. I even received a sticker. The next to arrive came in its own box with paper packaging inside. I was assuming this would be the schematic. It is just my receipt. Thank you so much. I understood that. There were no instructions whatsoever. This was the most expensive purchase, also the most expensive shipping. How about that? There's no instructions whatsoever for me to wire this up. No measure drawing, nothing. The last to arrive came protected in basically nothing. Is a different color than the photo. How about that? Well, there's also some more about this purchase. So when I made this purchase, for some reason, the payment went through last, and I had to reorder it. I had initially ordered the 16 millimeter and ended up with a 10 through that purchase. This was the last to arrive. I picked that up the same day. This arrived second, packaged well. I cannot fault the manufacturer at all for that. That is the online retailer that formerly used to sell only books. This one, you can kind of see who sold that. There's only one place I could have purchased that. I looked online, there are no other places. I found the same way, the same issue years back when I was looking for other switches like the Super Switch. You could only buy them from one retailer at the time. Now you can find those from other retailers. But this was the only place I could purchase that. So there was an extra expense on that. There was also an extra expense on shipping. There was no shipping with this. I walked in. I saw people who locally play music. And that's where I got that. That was, of all places, Guitar Center. One out. Including the schematic. Thank you, Fender. I appreciate that. I can put this in my guitar box kit. For later use, in case there's an issue down the road. This is simple enough. I can keep that just in case. There's no schematic here. There's no instructions whatsoever other than way it's written on the leads. So I have to go online and find that out myself. There is not also no indication of where to go online for wiring help or for schematics. I have to go find that myself. For the most expensive part, I mean, it's really, really well made. It says like a 6-speed transmission. It's very well made. I'm very happy with that quality. I'm not happy with the fact that when I spent so much on one particular item, I don't receive a schematic or an indication of where I can find those schematics. This arrived last. That's why this is now happening here. We're taking so long. We caused confusion and delay. So instead of being a 3-week project, we're at 4.5 now. So that ends my rant. Not really. I have one more comment on the retailer that formerly used to sell books, and that is, it's just a small point. Get with it. So yeah, when purchasing, I spent 20 years in procurement and purchasing and distribution and all that. For my own purposes, I look to see who has the best price for the right product. This place could not give me a better price on this product. They could not get me anything on this. And these, there were issues with both of them. This is pink. That did not appear in the photo as pink. This is the wrong size. That's all right. I'm going to use it. If I decide at a later date that I wish to use a larger switch, I will. When I purchased through Guitar Center, of all places, Guitar Center wins out. I went in there. There's no extra packaging because I could pick it up from the store. So your packaging is not involved in your price. Packaging and shipping is involved in the rest of these. So my recommendation, if you are purchasing components, is to find a local music retailer. They can have an online purchasing function. All of these were purchased online, all on the same day. This one I got the same day I purchased it. Received an email just a couple hours later saying, hey, it's ready for you to go. Here's a little sticker from it. Got my name on it and all that. That's cool. This arrived third. This arrived second. This arrived a full week and a half after everything else. So those are examples, all budget conscious. There was nothing I could do as far as budget on this. There was one place that sells this. So that's really not something, if you want that, you have to go there. It's good because I wanted this, but I expect from a place that sells exclusively guitar components and repairs and for luthiers, I would expect a schematic or at least an indication of where to get it. I already know where to get it. I'm going to have to do the drawing myself. Anyhow, that ends my rant. That is why this week has taken this next step has taken such a long time. Our next job is to take this and transfer it to our pinkish mother of toilet seat perloid material. It's thin, so I am not going to use a router. I'm going to hand cut that. It's not my preferred way to go. If I was using a thicker material, I would absolutely cut a piece of MDF and then use the router. I'm going to show you how to hand cut it. Also, one of the issues, look at these sharp angles that I have to deal with. These are all sharp, 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 sharp. You have to be very careful with your router and your template so that you don't get tearing, depending on your, my router is not the greatest. And I think it'll be easier to hand cut those and get sharp angles as opposed to a rounded typical Stratocaster pickguard where I could just route and get that angle. But I'm going to show you how to use a simple 45. That's not a 45, that's a 50. A 45-degree angle with a file. Let's straighten that file out. To get the edges beveled. Perfect world, we could machine all that, but maybe you don't have machines, but there's still a way that you can do this, and that's a big portion of why I'm doing this project, is because this is something you could do yourself with the right initiative. Anyhow, this part of the rant is over. I'm sorry for the delay on all of this. It was supposed to take only 3 weeks. Here we are. We're back at it. Thank you. Goodbye. For now. Until later. For now.